For over 40 years, Israel and Iran waged a hidden war: spies, cyber attacks, and proxy battles, but rarely direct confrontation. This uneasy balance kept the region from erupting into all-out war. That changed in spring 2024, when Iran launched hundreds of drones and missiles directly at Israel. Israel, aided by allies, intercepted most. But the era of shadow conflict was over. Israel struck back inside Iran, bringing decades of covert hostility into the open. The world braced for regional war as the old rules vanished overnight. The roots of this rivalry run deep: ideology, geopolitics, and existential fears. Yet these nations were once partners, not enemies. Understanding how that partnership collapsed is key to today's crisis. This is a story of revolution, shifting alliances, and the relentless quest for security in a volatile region. As of June 2025, open conflict has paused, but the threat of war is immediate and real. The shadow war is now a direct confrontation, and both sides face a new, dangerous reality. Let's trace the journey from quiet cooperation to open enmity, and what the future might hold. After Israel's founding in 1948, it was isolated in a hostile Arab world. To survive, Israel sought alliances with non-Arab states, most crucially Iran under the Shah. Iran, secular and ambitious, quietly recognized Israel and became a vital partner. The two shared intelligence, military cooperation, and oil, forming a pragmatic alliance. Israeli expertise helped modernize Iran, while Iran supplied energy and strategic depth. This partnership lasted nearly 3 decades, with regular flights and business ties between Tel Aviv and Tehran. But it was built on the Shah's rule. When he fell, so did the relationship. Few foresaw that this alliance would turn into one of the world's most bitter rivalries. The collapse of the Shah's regime would change everything. The stage was set for a dramatic reversal. In 1979, Iran's revolution toppled the Shah and brought Ayatollah Khamenei to power. The new regime was fiercely anti-Western and anti-Israel, branding Israel the Little Satan. Iran severed all ties with Israel, handing its embassy to the PLO, and making support for Palestine a core policy. Khomeini's government saw Israel as an oppressor and made its destruction a religious duty. Iran shifted from a pro-Western pillar to the region's most determined challenger. Supporting the Palestinian cause became a tool to win Arab support and challenge rivals. For Israel, this was a strategic nightmare. Its strongest regional ally became a powerful ideological enemy overnight. The periphery doctrine collapsed, replaced by a new threat from the east. Iran's revolutionary regime was willing to use unconventional means, including supporting militant groups. The conflict was now existential and ideological, not just territorial. Israel faced a foe that could not be deterred by military strength alone. The stage was set for a long, bitter struggle. The shadow war had truly begun. In 1980, Iraq invaded Iran, sparking a brutal 8-year war. Despite their enmity, Israel and Iran found a temporary alignment. Both feared a powerful Iraq. Israel secretly supplied Iran with weapons, hoping to keep both adversaries weakened. Iran, desperate for arms, accepted help from its sworn enemy. This covert cooperation was exposed during the Iran-Contra affair, but it was never reconciliation, just a pragmatic response to a common threat. When the war ended in 1988, the hostility quickly resurfaced. Iran emerged emboldened, determined to rely only on itself for security. This experience fueled Iran's drive for military self-sufficiency and a controversial nuclear program. The rivalry entered a new, more dangerous phase. After the Iran-Iraq War, Iran sought powerful deterrence, ballistic missiles and a nuclear program to prevent future threats. For Tehran, these were survival tools. Israel, believed to possess nuclear weapons, saw Iran's ambitions as an existential threat. Israel vowed to prevent Iran from acquiring a bomb using diplomacy, sanctions, and covert sabotage. Mossad targeted Iranian nuclear sites and scientists, aiming to slow progress. Iran insisted its program was peaceful, but secrecy fueled suspicion. The nuclear issue became the heart of the shadow war, a high-stakes contest of sabotage and brinkmanship. Both sides saw their survival at stake. Unable to match Israel's military directly, Iran built a network of proxies, the axis of resistance. Hezbollah in Lebanon became Iran's most powerful ally, armed with thousands of rockets aimed at Israel. Iran also supported Hamas in Gaza, the Houthis in Yemen, and militias in Syria and Iraq. This strategy let Iran threaten Israel on multiple fronts without direct confrontation. Israel responded with relentless airstrikes, especially in Syria, to disrupt Iranian entrenchment. The proxy war created constant tension and risked regional escalation. Iran's network is both its greatest asset and a source of vulnerability. Conflicts in one area can quickly spill over into others. The shadow war is fought most fiercely through these proxies. The United States is Israel's indispensable ally, providing military aid, advanced weapons, and diplomatic backing. This support ensures Israel's military edge over Iran and its proxies. The U.S. leads efforts to contain Iran, imposing sanctions and isolating Tehran diplomatically. For Iran, Israel is seen as an extension of American power, a forward base for U.S. interests. This fuels Iran's anti-American ideology and its drive for deterrence. U.S. policy has shifted between diplomacy and confrontation, but support for Israel remains constant. The American alliance shapes every aspect of the Israel-Iran conflict. Iran sees itself fighting not just Israel, but a powerful coalition. This dynamic raises the stakes and complicates any path to peace. The U.S. role is the single most important external factor in this rivalry. The 2015 Iran nuclear deal was a turning point, lifting sanctions in exchange for limits on Iran's nuclear program. Israel fiercely opposed the deal, arguing it was temporary and ignored Iran's missile and proxy threats. In 2018, the U.S. withdrew from the deal, reimposing sanctions and escalating tensions. Iran responded by ramping up its nuclear activities. Sabotage and assassinations followed. The shadow war intensified, with cyber attacks and targeted killings on both sides. The collapse of the deal set the stage for even more direct confrontations. The risk of open war grew with every escalation. The October 2023 Hamas attack on Israel triggered a regional crisis and tested Iran's proxy network. Iran praised the attack but avoided direct involvement. Hezbollah, the Houthis, and other proxies launched attacks, but Israel and the U.S. hit back hard. Hamas was severely weakened and Hezbollah suffered heavy losses. Iran's strategy of multi-front pressure faltered as each proxy fought alone. Israeli strikes in Syria disrupted Iran's supply lines. The direct Iranian missile attack on Israel in April 2024 failed militarily, exposing Iran's technological gap. The axis of resistance remains a threat, but its limits are clear. Iran's strategic position is more strained than before. Israel's edge lies in its advanced military, cutting-edge technology, and world-class intelligence services. Missile defense systems like Iron Dome and Arrow shield Israel from rocket and missile attacks. Mossad's global reach enables precision strikes and deep penetration of Iranian networks. Israel's presumed nuclear arsenal serves as the ultimate deterrent. The unwavering support of the U.S. and its allies amplifies Israel's strength. During the 2024 Iranian attack, a coalition of Western and regional forces helped defend Israel. This combination of indigenous power and allied backing gives Israel a formidable advantage. Iran cannot match this coalition, shaping the conflict's balance. By mid-2025, the Israel-Iran conflict is more open and dangerous than ever. The risk of a catastrophic regional war is real. A single miscalculation could ignite a wider conflict. Deep ideological divides make genuine peace seem remote. For Iran, hostility to Israel is central to its identity. For Israel, Iran's ambitions are existential threats. Lasting peace would require fundamental change in Iran's regime or a breakthrough nuclear deal, both unlikely for now. Regional dynamics, like Israel's normalization with Arab states, further isolate Iran but may also increase its desperation. The most likely future continued shadow war, periodic crises, and blurred red lines. Both sides will try to avoid all-out war, but the danger of escalation is ever present. The Middle East remains hostage to this rivalry, where the cost of peace is high, but the price of war is higher still. The struggle continues, shaping the fate of the region.